Alright guys, what is growing on today? We have quite a bit of progress as far as the cucumbers go. This one here, continuing to trim back, all the leaves and foliage here that's overtaking my peppers and especially the shishito. So I'm doing what was suggested. Kind of training it off to the side here, kind of just taking both the cucumbers and dragging them off this way. That's what I've been figuring out to do so far, and ultimately whenever they mow the lawn, I come down, pick up the cucumbers, move them off to the side, they mow them, and then same thing, pick up the other one, move it off to the side, they mow it, move it back. So that's working for now. We'll see how long that continues to go. But if you look at the cukes, we got a little pickle going right there. Got a pickle there, and there's another one right in there. But if you look, the baby habanero is doing quite a bit better. Look at all the foliage shooting up here, extra stems, and it's starting to fill out, which is good. Jalapeños. This is the mini jalapeno. This one wasn't really growing nearly as well as the other one, but it's still doing quite a bit better. And as you can see here, the stalk split, and it's doing the whole topping thing. Really worked. But look at this jalapeno. That one is doing just awesome. I mean, look at the size of the leaves up top here. I just pruned these guys a little bit here, chopped off some of the big sucker leaves, so hopefully that'll help out with the growth, because I noticed in here the flower buds are getting quite a bit bigger, and as you can see, I mean, realistically they are just like everywhere, covered in jalapeno flowers. So when those start getting going, I'm gonna have so many jalapenos. I'm gonna love it. This Carolina Reaper is doing all right. It was a little droopy, and when you feel the leaves, it feels like if you were to uproot a plant and it starts to wilt, you can feel that the plant just is like cloth almost. It doesn't feel like a vibrant leaf, and that's what it was doing. And I haven't watered them in a couple days. Well, about 3 days actually, because except for today, the past 2 days have been super rainy and crappy. So didn't really need to water them. But today it got really friggin' hot, and it was just sucking all the moisture right out of there. So that's what I've done, is just got done watering them, and those should spruce back up pretty quick. The shishito pepper, you look here, there's a long skinny one here going, there's another one back there, one up here, this big monster daddy right there. This is the one, if you remember in my previous videos, I had one growing here and one growing up here that were just ginormous, fully mature peppers. And the first pepper I ever plucked off the shishito, I chopped it up and put it on my Whopper Jr. from Burger King. Tasted amazing. So the other big one, I cut that up and threw it in some barbecue food that we had out at my mom's house, just to let my mom and dad try the shishitos, because they've never tried them either. But this one here, yes, that is a fully mature pepper. I could pluck that and eat it right now. I'm not going to, though, because I want to grow these next year. I'm going to let this ripen up, and I'm going to let this pepper get red. And this pepper right here, I'm specifically growing just for the seeds, so that I can save them for next year and grow the shishitos, because I love this pepper. This pepper is amazing. I don't know where the hell I'm going to be able to get it again unless I order seeds offline or something like that. And I don't want to do that. I grew this naturally. I didn't put any growth hormones aside from a little Miracle Grow when they first started, but realistically I don't even use the vegetable Miracle Grow anymore. I mean, now I'm only using that Scotty or whatever the name of that stuff is, those little tiny pellets in there. That's the only stuff that I use for plant food, and that's all natural. It's garden safe. That's got a no burn pledge, and it's great stuff. So I mean, that's how the little garden's doing. And then these are obviously the Carolina Reapers, getting a lot of growth and a lot more full since I topped them off. That's the spot that I had topped it, and it is just booming. I mean, both of them, look how thick it is. I mean, I can barely get a finger in there to touch the stalk. There's just so much growth and so much foliage. So these are really healthy. Same thing goes. Haven't been using Miracle Grow at all. I've only been using those little pellets that I showed you on my video that I talked about what I use for food, care, and everything else. If you missed that video, go check it out. It's pretty awesome, and it'll show you exactly what I've been using. And I mean, when people are growing peppers or when they're growing plants in general, you know, they're talking about all this fertilizer. You know, people rave about 10-10-10 or 8-10-8, or, you know, whatever the number value system is for, you know, the specific minerals and nutrients that they use. And, you know, that's really intimidating and confusing. And to be a gardener, you don't have to do all that. You don't have to do anything that is, you know, rocket science, really. Oh, by the way, that's my habanero that I got growing in the pot. That one's doing a hell of a lot better than that habanero over there. But, I mean, like I was saying, I mean, guys, it's a plant. These things will grow in the wild. That's where they originally grew and evolved and turned into these pepper plants. So all you got to do is get some great soil, find one thing that you want to use as a fertilizer, and don't change it. You change the fertilizer, it's going to shock the plants, and they're going to stop growing for a couple of weeks. That's the only thing that happens. You don't have to focus on all these numbers. You don't have to, you know, put all this time and effort into it. You can, I mean, if you want a fucking plant that grows, you know, 8 feet tall or 6 feet tall, you sure could do all that, but it's not required. I mean, guys, they're plants. Put them in the ground and they're going to grow. And I mean, mine are doing great. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever grown super hots. Never had any experience with growing peppers at all. This year I decided to grow strictly peppers except for the 2 cucumbers, and I love it. So this is the latest update for the Carolina Reapers, as well as my mini garden and the habanero. I mean, if you got any suggestions on what else I should be doing with the cucumbers aside from pulling them off to the side, by all means, let me know. Post a comment down in the section below, and I will definitely put it into consideration, because I mean, what I'm doing is working great. But if anybody else has other ideas, better ideas, I'm always open to suggestions. But for right now, that is the latest update, and I will catch you guys next time.